Good morning children and welcome to this session of the video classes for class 5 subject science. In earlier video classes we had learnt about the circulatory system. Hope that you have answered those assignments that were given. Now today we are going to study about yet another topic, that is food and health. This is chapter number 3 of your book. Now, today we are going to talk about the food and the health. We all eat food, but actually, do you know what this food consists of? Well, the food consists of different chemicals in it, and these chemicals present in the foods are called nutrients. So, if I have to define nutrients, I would say that these are substances, that is, the chemicals present in the food essential for good health and proper functioning of all parts of our body. Usually, we talk of nutrition, but normal way we all understand that nutrition means eating, but it's just not eating. It is, this nutrition may be defined as the consumption and the utilization of the food is called nutrition. Now these food contains various things, so those are called the components of the food. Now today we are going to study the different components that are present in the food and try to understand what these components consist of and what function does it do inside our body to keep it functioning properly. The different components of the food, I have listed it here in the form of a flow diagram. Now these components of food are carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, roughage and water. Now let us talk about them one by one. These carbohydrates are also called the energy giving foods. Now they contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are the elements the carbohydrate consists of. And what are the sources of these carbohydrates? We find carbohydrates in rice, bread, potatoes, sugar, chocolates and many more food items. Now these carbohydrates are energy giving foods, as I told you. Now these carbohydrates are the sugars. The simple sugars are the glucose and the fructose. Now the glucose, that is the sugar, that is simple sugar that gets easily dissolved in water and provide instant energy. That is why it is given to the patients. When the patient is sick or ill, you find that the doctors give them saline. What does it contain? It contains glucose, the sugar dissolved in it. It is all the, even the sports person, they consume this glucose as energy drinks, as it provides them with instant energy. Now starch is another type of carbohydrates. Now starch contains many molecules of sugar arranged in a different fashion. Now the starch is more sweet, you can say that, but they do not give instant energy. It gets converted into first sugar and then it provides us with the energy. Now these carbohydrates, even people who do a lot of physical work, they need a lot of carbohydrates. So we see that carbohydrates are energy giving food. Now you will see in the higher classes about the plant cell and the animal cell. Especially the plant cell, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. That is a complex sugar. That of course we are not going to deal now, but that is a complex sugar. Now next is the fats. Now fats are also energy giving food. They give more energy compared to the carbohydrates. Now when we take more carbohydrates than it is needed by our body, it gets converted into fats. Now what do these fats contain? It also contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, just like carbohydrate. And what are the sources? Butter, ghee, nuts, creams, milk. These are rich sources of fats. Now these fats usually are stored inside our skin, sometimes in the kidneys and livers too. And of course, if it gets stored in the arteries, I hope you remember the arteries. If it gets stored in the arteries, it makes the tubes narrow. And what happens? If the tube becomes narrow, less oxygenated blood is pumped, and that may be a reason for heart attacks. So we should not take a lot of food that is rich in fats. So fats can be dangerous, but it is useful also. For example, when the people are fasting and all, they do not take any food. The fat stored in the body provides them with the required energy. These fats get converted into carbohydrates, and the carbohydrates provide the required energy for the body. Now the next we are going to see about the proteins. Now the proteins are also called bodybuilding foods. Now why do we say proteins are bodybuilding foods? Because it helps to make new cells, repair the worn out cells and the damaged tissues. The growing children need a lot of protein. Now this protein, it contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen also. Now from where do we get proteins? The sources of protein can be egg, fish, meat, nuts, soybean, pulses. These are rich sources of protein. Now this egg white is a rich source for animal protein, you can say that. Whereas the soybean is a rich source for plant protein. So since this protein helps in the growing of the body, it is also called a bodybuilding foods. Next is vitamin. Now the vitamins are very essential for the proper functioning of our body parts. Now these vitamins are needed in very small quantity, yet their importance is undeniable, or it is very essential. From where do we get vitamins? We get vitamins from fruits, green vegetables. Of course, these are some of the sources from where we get vitamins for our body. Now these vitamins can next again be classified under two heads. That is fat soluble vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K are fat soluble vitamins, whereas vitamin B complex and vitamin C are water soluble vitamins. Vitamin D, of course, it is synthesized or made in the body in the presence of sunlight. Next we see that we have got minerals. Now minerals are elements required for the growth as well as carrying out certain body functions. The important minerals required by the body are calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, iodine, etc. And there you have seen that I have listed that fruit, pulses, egg, milk, these are rich sources of minerals. Now these calcium, phosphorus, of course they are very essential for the formation of bones and of course teeth also. Though minerals are needed in small quantities, they are absolutely essential for the growth and proper functioning of the body. Deficiency of minerals may cause many disorders. So together if I club it, the vitamins and the minerals are called protective food. Vitamins help to fight against the diseases. Minerals help in the formation of the bones and teeth, etc. So they are called protective food. Now this roughage and water, they may not be food in itself, yet they are very essential. Roughage and water, we cannot say that they are nutrients, but they are very essential components, but they cannot be said to be nutrients. So if I have to define this roughage, actually it is the fiber content of the food. The fiber content of the food. It is the undigested part that does not get digested but helps in digestion of the food. Now water, of course you know that the importance of water is very essential. it is one of the major components of our body. The 70% in fact of the body weight is nothing but water. So its importance can be listed as it is a universal, this water is a universal solvent. It is a liquid medium for the blood. Water carries substance around our body through blood. Water helps in the removal of the waste from the body in the form of urination or perspiration or throwing of the semi-solid waste. It keeps our body moist. Water keeps our body soft and helps in the body movement. Water keeps the body cool and at a normal temperature. Of course, loss of water is very essential for loss of water can be dangerous. Dehydration. We say that loss of water is called a dehydration. So you must have seen that during acute vomiting or diarrhea, we lose a lot of water. So what do? We take ORS. So we say it is a ORS. This stands for oral rehydration solution. Of course, nowadays it comes in the chemist shop, you can get it, but it can be made at home also. You can use sugar and a pinch of salt dissolved in a liter of water and can consume it to avoid dehydration. So we see that these are the different components of our food. Of course, roughage and water is also essential but may not be nutrients, but yet they can be considered as essential components. So today we'll do till here. I'll be giving you a few questions based on this topic that you will do in your exercise copies. And in the next part of the video, we'll talk about the balanced diet, the deficiency disease and so on. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Please answer those questions that is going to be given in your websites. Thank you.